center this a little bit better. Hold on, let me do one thing real quick. I thought this wasn't gonna have a... There we go, now we can see each other better. See this real quick. Can you check if it's live? Like, check the audio. It's live for sure, but just check the audio. Hold up. Can you check if it's live? Yep, we're good. Alright. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Alright, with Yahweh, that's Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, that's whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, it's his true name. And Rakakwadash, that's the Holy Spirit. And we're also going to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach on the scriptures. And salutations to all the brothers out there who are pushing his word in all truth and in all sincerity. And as you can see on the title, it's called Old Money versus New Money. Alright? And that's basically a term that these Edomites use, okay? You know, you got the old money, which would be what? You know, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. Alright? Basically the elites. Alright? And you have the new money. You know, which you could say would be like a, you know, like a Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like who else? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, so on and so forth, right? And the reason why we're making this video is because we were just watching John Wick 3, and at the very end of the movie, you had this particular woman, and she worked for the what do they call it? The high table, all right? And that basically represents the elite. And she was saying at the end of this movie, like, look, that was just the first wave, okay, that came down on you guys. And she's, you know, pretty much was saying, like, look, we could keep doing this all day. And the guy that owned this particular, you would have to watch the movie, but this hotel, which is called the Continental, right? He was saying, look, I don't care if you're basically the high table. We're New York City. You think you're really going to, you know, take our shit?
Right.
No, what did he say? You can take it, but you think you're going to keep it? That's what he said. All right, and basically he represents the new money. All right? And you see, we've been saying this for some time. Now, a lot of stuff, you know, is definitely orchestrated by the elites, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of stuff that isn't. There's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of free-for-all, too, that's going on. All right? And that lines up with a prophecy, all right? You have, what was it, Isaiah? I'll get it, was it the 19th chapter? Egyptians versus the Egyptians?
Yeah.
All right? And they also show you this in the movie, what is that, what we were saying, Blade. Was it Blade 1?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, in Blade 1. Or I believe they were called the Faction, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the exact organization.
I think they were called the Faction, yeah.
All right? You had the old, you know, vampires, okay? Basically, that represent the elites. And then you had what? Frost represented whom?
Yeah, the new money.
The new money, the new, you know, the up-and-coming generation.
Yeah, the low-level Edomites.
Yep. And they want that power position. All right? And this, I'll say this. This happened during the time of Rome. You had people constantly assassinating, you know, this emperor, that emperor. People always trying to get up in the Senate, this and that, you know?
Because that nigger spirit, Salaki, that really comes from the wicked. You know, ultimately Esau Edom, which is what they call crabs in a barrel. So you always had somebody succeeding their higher-ups by way of them setting them up or stabbing them in the back, like the brother said with all those Caesars, man. You know, you always had people that were at arms with one another, you know, and then next thing you know, they broke their brotherly covenants, you know, because it's mentioned that he did that with us, but he's done that to a lot of nations, man. That's the reason why this shit is coming back on him. But that's the way of the wicked, man, to fight against one another so that they can be on top. They for so long fought against righteousness. So now all they have to fight now really is wickedness until the Lord comes back, man. But the Lord is putting these people against each other, just like they at least try to put the average citizen against another class of citizens, man, to keep them distracted. Yep.
And I'll start off with this. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And it reads, And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yep.
All right. And basically, the modern day Egyptians represent you American, but I'll say it like this too. That represents Edom as a whole, because he's whom? The modern day Pharaoh. All right. He's that modern day Egyptian.
Yep.
All right. You see, and how it said there, hey, what the brothers against the brother, the neighbors against the neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom, and we see that right now. Okay, we see that right now. Hey, there's a huge infighting within Esau right now as we speak. All right, all these things that you see on the news, it's not all of it's completely orchestrated. All right, now some of it is, no doubt about it. We know that, but there are a lot of things that aren't as well. All right, you got to remember that, and you can see. Look, you got to remember that. Look, this is what's actually happening.
And the Lord said,
you guys want to say Salaki?
No, the Lord said that He was going to mingle that. Well, I think that was in Isaiah 19, where He said He's going to mingle a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, that they should err in every work. Because you know, even when they are orchestrating certain things, well, guess what? Another spirit to bring out that same effect by something they didn't set up, and then somebody else goes out and does that same thing that they were pushing as an illusion out in the world, you know, and it's destroying their whole entire plan, man. You know, because the Lord has them erring in a way to fall off, man. This is the time of their calamity and the time of their end. You know, it's just like when you're reading the original Egypt, most of those Egyptian magi, they were destroying Egypt as well, man. You know, when they were trying to call out their witchcrafts, well, guess what? They wouldn't help it either, man. And it's the same thing that's going on with America right now. You know, it's you have the famine that the Lord created, and then you got famines, this main famine that the Lord is creating, man. You know, showing that at least that they're not truly in control, man.
That's right. I got two precepts. I'm gonna get that precept that you quoted. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and 14. Now it says, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof." Okay, so the Lord, He's the one who's setting this all up. Okay, and it says here, "And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." So ultimately, the Lord set this up so this man can fall.
Yep.
And what's happening right now? This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies." Okay, and what curses are those? Curses that are spoken about in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. All right, which we'll get the curse that's fallen upon Edom, which fell upon us. Right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. "So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother." You see, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. That's what's happening, okay, with Esau. He hates it. Esau hates Esau, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, you got the, I'll say it like this. You got the far left, right? They hate the far right. The far right, he's hate the far left. Okay? You got the Edomites that love being around Jakes. You got the Edomites that hate being around Jakes. And that's a clash right there. Okay? Hey, you got the capitalist, you know what I'm saying, type of Edomites, the communist type of Edomites. You got the 1%ers, the 99%ers. They're all against each other, and that's because the Lord set it up, man.
And the only thing that they are united in is wickedness. They're all evil, man.
Yeah.
You know, there is no such thing as a one good Edomite, man. Even those ones that so-called cool with Jake, the Lord ain't dealing with them, man. Their spirit is to be that way. So much that they even get over on their own selves, man. I don't know, I was thinking about that Rick and Morty where, because Rick is essentially supposed to be that elite Edomite. He's an Edomite with all the power, you know. And something Morty had said was that Ricks hate themselves the most. And it's true, because Esau hates himself the most, man. He has his own people drinking polluted water, eating polluted foods, seeing pollution, you know, smut on television and in their societies. You know, they too have to walk down the streets where a woman's in power and she's talking about killing children, or you know, this guy, I just seen it. You know, I seen a blue-haired crazy woman with a bunch of kids, and I was like, why did she just let her child just run right here, and I could have ran this child over, you know, just so they can get a cake. She didn't say, excuse me, blue-haired woman, fool, single mother is correct, but the Lord used Esau to set that up, man, for this derision, you know, that he thinks that he's orchestrating a plan to make things chaotic, but it's really just gonna fall back on his own head.
I'm gonna finish this off. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And I'm gonna read this again. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. So that curse is falling upon our enemies. Okay. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So these things are falling upon Esau now, man. Okay? And with that being said, look, this kingdom cannot stand, man.
Yeah.
Alright? This kingdom cannot stand, man. As it says in the Gospels. Alright?
Okay.
I think the best one's in Mark, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
I think the one in Mark is the word of the best.
This is Mark 3:23. It says, he called unto him and said unto him in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Exactly, and that's what we're seeing. These Edomites aren't united.
And how's fighting?
Look at what's going on, man. Okay? Let's just use the whole, Roe v. Wade situation.
Yep.
And I'll say this, hey, you got some of those Edomites, they are those politicians, they're not with that, man. They're not with that. Okay? Some of them are, some of them aren't. But it's a really, like I said, this is a complex situation. Okay? That's just one example. You got the gun laws. Some of them are for it, some of them are against it. Okay? Then let's just, that's a more of a micro scale here in America. Let's look at the macro scale. America versus Russia right now. Look what's happening. Hey, Russia, and its allies versus NATO, EU, America.
Yep.
All right.
And
you see,
Russia is a far right version of these Edomites.
Yeah.
They're basically supposed to be the righteousness of Esau, but they still off, man. For one thing, I remember the elders pointed out the only reason why you even saw Putin advertising those images of how the Lord actually looked was to to mock America and say that, yeah, you're really wicked. You're more wicked than us because you had the children of Israel and you didn't tell them who they were, and you got them out there fucking doing crazy ass shit, and it's known to this world. You treat them like shit, and you got them destroying themselves as well as you helping to destroy them. But when was this? When shit was cool, So that just goes to show you that there is no such thing as any good Edomite, and that's the reason why they're all imploding on themselves, man. Because it's a work that the Lord set up to bring them down.
I got a quick scripture for you to back you up with what you're saying. This is Sirach 14. And
Can you get the Obadiah, Confederacy after that?
Come on, this is Obadiah. This is Sirach. It's all good. This is Sirach 14 and 7. And if you do it good, he doeth it unwillingly. Okay, see, they're not, like the other brother was saying, man. They're not doing it. Those Russians, they're not, pointing, the finger at the American Edomites because they're righteous. No, they're doing it just to make themselves look better.
Exactly.
So then they can basically make a move. It's a power move, man. Okay, that's all it is. It's just a power move. So they can, look good in the spotlight. So if anything happens in their particular situation, they can justify themselves.
Yep.
Or they can use that as a defense. Well, we're doing this, but look at what you're doing. You see? So how are you gonna just say this about us? Aren't you a hypocrite now? You're being hypocritical. That's what Esau does, man. So it says here. What'd you say, Salah?
No, I said like a kid.
Yeah. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. So at the end of the day, he's going to show his horns, man.
Yep.
That he's the damn devil. It doesn't matter if it's an Edomite in Russia, an Edomite in Spain, an Edomite in America, an Edomite in South Africa. It doesn't matter where they are. They're the goddamn devil, man.
Fucking black-looking Edomites,
Exactly.
Asian-looking Edomites, whatever Edomite that you are. If your father is an Edomite, you're the same as him. You can be an Edomite that never spoke English a day in your life.
Exactly, man.
You got the same spirit. And the Lord is not dealing with you, man.
What you want in Obadiah? Obadiah what?
The men of thy confederacy have deceived thee.
This is Obadiah 1 and 7, and it reads here, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right, because as the brother was saying at the beginning of this lesson, with Esau, it is a crabs in the barrel mentality, man. They have that spirit of stabbing each other in the back, you know, when they don't get their way for their succession, you know. It's just like you get with a woman, she might like you, but really in this world, a woman deems herself as sometimes women don't even outwardly think, they don't think as boldly as most other women. They will come out and say it. You know, they naturally just take it as second nature that they're really supposed to be above you based on how society is. So a woman you'll get in a relationship with, she'll try to critique you according to how she wants you to be, you know, to rule over you. And if it does not go that way, then she starts to throw a fit, you know, much like this devil that's ruling in society, man. You know, he may be at peace with the for a time being, but then, hey, like it says in the book of Sirach, he's thinking inwardly how to overthrow you, man, and cast you off so that he can be in control. You know, if you had been his father, he would have killed you and fucked his with Esau, fucked his mom. You know, take all the things in his father's house and say that I'm dad now.
It says Obadiah 1 and 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him.
Exactly, man. Sooner or later, this whole system that this devil has orchestrated is about to get set up, man. Because he's been going around doing dirt, man. And they at least are going to cast off America. Which goes to show you that they ain't shit. Because their people out here, man. And this was their cash crop of how they made money throughout the years, man.
They, because you mentioned that they're basically going to cast off America. They show you that in the, movie Looper. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
With Joseph Levitt Gordon and who's not Tom Hanks? Who the hell is that guy? Bruce Willis. Those are the stars of the movie. And basically, you'd have to watch it. But point being, though, is Bruce Willis is an older version of Joseph Levitt Gordon, right? And like I said, you have to watch the movie. But point being, though, is the older version tells the younger version, look, man, don't, because the younger guy, he wanted to go to France. That's why he was learning French, you know. And he was so focused on that. But the guy told him, look, don't worry about that. Learn Mandarin. Because everything was going to the east, all right? And the reason why I say that is because right now, they've been doing this for years, and it's going on for a long time. Esau, in particular the elites, what they believe is after, you know, the World War III, after, you know, America's gone, you know, Europe gets, you know, it's not going to be completely messed up like, you know, America's not going to be completely destroyed, but, you know, Europe's going to get effed up too, right? You know, parts of Russia, it's the state of Israel. They believe that they're going to, because they believe in that whole myth of the phoenix, where they're going to rise out of the ashes, right? Mm-hmm. And with that being said, they believe that their society is going to rise up, okay, in New Zealand, okay, like Thailand, the Philippines, all like that whole, you know, Southeast Asia, basically. They believe that they're going to come up, you know, from those areas. They're already setting it up, man. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're already setting it up. If you do a little bit of research, all these, you know, these high-level officials and all that stuff, they have properties in these lands, man. Okay? That's where they're gonna go forth after all this madness. Because look, they've already destroyed what? America, Europe is messed up. That whole like Middle East is messed up. Northern Africa is messed up. All these areas are messed up. Okay? So what's the new area that hasn't really been touched?
China.
You know, that's beautiful. Okay? And where they can set up shop.
They kind of
Southeast Asia, man.
They subtly showed that in that Doctor Strange movie. You know, without giving it away, in case anybody's seen it. But now they're starting to show you that China is going to be the next cash crop. China owns the majority of America anyway. You know, everything even comes from China. Before it had so many and before so many different Chinese business moguls had taken over and started buying properties here, man. You know, that they were gonna start integrating into China. So hey, you can definitely see how this place is gonna lose a lot of sovereignty, and then sooner or later it's gonna be destroyed, man. But guess what? When the elites do that, they're losing the majority of their wealth. And when they do that, it's gonna be chaotic all over the earth, man. That's when we're gonna be in the midst of World War III, and that's Yahushua's return, man. Once those nukes get let go.
You got precept?
Got 2 Ezra 15.
Yeah, that goes into it.
It's the 2 Ezra 15, verse 16. It says.
Start at 14 though. Just start at 14. I know the main point says 16, but start at 14.
It's the 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another people."
Yeah, so there's going to be all sorts of fighting out here, okay? And one of the wars, I guess you could say for lack of words, that's going to happen is a class war. Those that are going to come up against the, those officials, man, the elites, man, okay? That new money's going to come up against the old money. That 99%er, right, against the 1%er. That's what's coming, man. All right? That's what's coming. And there's other types of warfare that's going to go down as well, too. But that's one of them. All right?
It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Which that's been going on a lot, man. It was something I had just sent to myself where it was a news article where some officials was basically locked in the building with gunmen. You know, I kind of forget if it was in Arizona. Yeah, some shit happened in Arizona to where these damn let me get the account. But yeah, this recently I think just happened yesterday or today. Because sooner or later, you know, these people are gonna be they're gonna understand that, you know, the elites rulership was really just a bullshit game where they were being toyed with. So they might as well just do some rampage shit.
Yeah, I'll say this: they kind of show you that in Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
You know,
when they finally found out that he was full of shit.
Yeah, they found out that he was just a weak little feeble man that was pulling the strings, man. And see, that's what a lot of these people are starting to see right now. Okay. They're that veils, getting, ripped down. They're seeing the truth, you know. Because what does it say in the scriptures? Was it Jeremiah, I think the 49th chapter, where it says that Esau shall be made bare?
Yeah.
Okay? So they're seeing it, man. They're seeing the BS. All right, the commoners seeing the BS now, man.
This one.
And it's like it's making them mad. Spirit, like those common Edomites are getting mad. And the reason why is because they're not getting a piece of the pie, man.
Yep.
They're getting crumbs like Jake. They just get a bigger piece of the crumb. That's all it is. But they're still down here in straits, like Jake, and a lot of them are mad about that, man. Hey, those patriot boys, those good old boys, those constitutionalists, all them type of Edomites, they're pissed, man. They're pissed, man. All right, and they're a blessing too. Then a lot of them, they see our videos, man.
Yep.
And that's putting a spirit on them. They're getting pissed off, man. They're like, damn, I'm an Edomite, and I didn't even get to enjoy it.
Yeah, your people, hey, they held back that inheritance, your wicked inheritance. Yeah, it says this was in Arizona. It was an abortion protest, and it says lawmakers held hostage in Senate building.
Woo! Damn.
And that was the leftist motherfuckers. What was it? Last year before last, you had it. It was the right. It was the grand old party, the GOP niggas, fucking Republicans that did some shit.
Yeah, you had those like I said, whether the stuff be orchestrated or not, you had it's still happening. Point being, you had those dudes that were conspiring on taking out that Michigan senator. I forgot the lady's name, for some reason it slips my mind. They were trying to take out her, a couple other people too, but she was like the main target. All right, and she's got like a big voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in the Senate. And so these lower level Edomites, they want that power, man. They want that blood, so to speak. Okay, they want it. It's like I said, they're getting screwed, man. They got to pay high taxes. Hey, their property's getting taken away. Hey, their farms are getting taken away.
Curses.
You know, this is what's happening to them, and they don't like that feeling. Yep. They don't like not having money, not having power, as the brother said. Well, they hate that.
That shows you that this kingdom is falling, because yeah, the elites, they're still decent, they're still good for now, but the fact that they had to even take away some of the freedoms that their people once had shows you that they started to fall into those curses. But it's attacking certain other tribes of Esau first, man. You know. But then again, hey, what was that the elders had put in the orders room where you know, you had Jewish communities begging for money?
Oh yeah.
So it's starting to affect even the top tribe, man, that they're beginning to feel, you know. And of course we know that they be having money still, and they'll get a fucking GoFundMe because they pieces of shit. But it's just showing you how the Lord is actually bringing them down to a certain level, you know. But this is 2nd Esdras 13, starting at verse 29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth." So these are signs that we're about to get delivered. Where you see more UFOs, where you see our enemy, where he was once fat and great, now he's starting to wax old and thin. You know, this is a time where our Father's about to come deliver us up out of this place, man. You know, when there's more in-house fighting amongst these devils, you know, when they're looking like they're just getting out of a drunken fucking baseball game because they're fighting all the goddamn time because they want to do their wickedness this way, but this group wants to do their wickedness that way. Hey, that's a sign that the Heavenly Father is in the midst, man. You know, he said that he shall enter into the house of the thief, and that's what he's doing, man. The presence of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is upon this earth to do it justice right now. And it says, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Right? The Lord is astonishing this place right now. And soon he's gonna completely obliterate places like America, man. The cash crop of what the elites had held dear, man. You know? Soon these people are gonna be in a mind state to where they're not gonna know what's going on, man. Even the elites. Because the elites is just gonna be winging it. You know?
Yeah. I remember the elder St. Benji saying this. I don't even remember. It's a little bit of time ago. He said that, because they do that whole order out of chaos. He said that, look, that chaos is gonna get so out of control they can't even control it.
Yeah.
Because he saw these elites think that they can set all this stuff up. That okay, yeah, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. Make these people react. You know what I'm saying? This type of way. But it's just gonna get so out of control. They're even gonna be like F. Like, man. Like, damn.
You just picture this guy just putting on a mask and disappearing into an underground bunker and not worrying about life anymore. Not worrying about how you people are going to get by. The elites are completely going to abandon this system, man. Because they don't have a nurturing spirit to save anything. But yet they took it upon themselves to want to have rulership over the earth and do everything in wickedness, man. That's the reason why you're not meant to be in charge and you're about to get taken down. But it's verse 31. It says, "And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending." Yeah, you damn devils are trying to distract from the point that peace is coming to the earth. At first you were trying to distract that the sword is coming, you know, to these people, but now they see that sword coming. Now they can't see your house shot. Now they think the sword is at every end, but they don't know how to avoid it. They just know how to run into them. Go figure, man. But this is just a sign of your falling and our coming up. You know, as it says that in the book of 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, we used to get out all the time, man. You know, for Jacob is the beginning of it to follow. That Esau is the end of the world, and the hand of man is betwixt the Most High and that hill, man. Because the Lord is using His prophets to chant down Babylon.
That's right.
That's all I got.
That's pretty much it. But that's, you know, we just, you know, like I said, got inspired to do this lesson on, you know, this little situation that happened in John Wick 3. All right. You know, hey, that old money versus the new money, man. We're gonna see more bugged out stuff happen. Hey, brothers, just keep watching. Hey, get your drink, get your popcorn, all right, and watch the show, man. Because the Lord is doing a marvelous work right now.
Yeah, just move in patience and watch. Every time you get agitated, because anger and irritation is a way to be impatient. The more you become irritated, the more impatient it makes your spirit. But that's why we think about the spiritual things like this, the shit that's happening, and it just gives you reassurance, like how King David said, I believe it's King David in Psalm 73, then went out into the sanctuary of the Most High, and I prayed, you know, where it says, shit, I'm glad I'm not them. I don't give a fuck how good these motherfuckers have it. I'm glad I didn't even eat at their table like most of these niggas did that sold out. Then saw the end of the wicked, man.
Cool. Scriptures say, horrible is the end of an unrighteous generation.
Yeah.
We're about to see it, man. Man, go read Job, the 20th chapter, man. Talks about the downfall of Edom. It systematically tells you how the Lord's going to destroy this guy, man. You know? So, look, their end is terrible, and our end is going to be great. Alright? You know, we're going to end it off. Hopefully this was an edifying lesson. With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all the brothers out there. You know, Shalom, and of course, Baba Baba.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba.